Look at her. Heels on pavement, pencil skirt, coming home from work. She is not ready for a fight. Nobody ever is. That's the first lesson, and we haven't even started yet. You see him. She doesn't. He's been behind her for half a block. He looks completely normal. Leisure suit, wide collar, just another guy on the street. This is called a pre-attack indicator. In German, die Bedrohungseinschätzung. Say it. Die Bedrohungseinschätzung. Threat assessment. The ability to read what's coming before it arrives. She didn't have it today. You will. Here. This is the moment. Look at his hand. Look specifically at his thumb. Every grip has a weak point. Every single one. No exceptions. The thumb is always the weakest part of the chain. What she's about to do has a name. Die Handgelenkbefreiung. Say it slowly. Die Handgelenkbefreiung. The wrist grab escape. 6 syllables. 1 motion. Complete freedom. Remember that word. It might be the most important German you learned today. Watch her wrist. She is not pulling away. Every instinct in her body is screaming, pull back, run, get away. She ignores all of it. She rotates toward the thumb, into the weakness, not away from it. That is the difference between panic and training. That rotation has a name too. Die Drehung. Die Drehung. The pivot, the turn, the moment everything changes. One small rotation. His grip is gone, just like that. Look at her face. No panic, no anger, no shock. Just focus. This is called die Kampfhaltung. Die Kampfhaltung. The fighting stance. Feet planted, weight balanced, even in heels, even in a pencil skirt. She is no longer prey. The moment she turned around, the whole situation changed. He wanted a victim. He found something else entirely. He tries again. And this is where most people make their second mistake. They stand still and fight back. She doesn't. She moves. This is die Distanzkontrolle. Die Distanzkontrolle. Distance control. She is never where he expects her to be. She uses his momentum, his size, his aggression, all working against him now. The street is her space. She controls every inch of it. Der Ellbogenschlag. Der Ellbogenschlag. The elbow strike. The most powerful weapon you already own. She doesn't reach for anything. She doesn't run. She drives her elbow backward, hard, directly into his body. Short distance, maximum damage. No room to wind up. No room needed. Der Ellbogenschlag. Your elbow is always loaded, always within range, always ready. One strike, he folds. Fight over. She smooths her hair, adjusts her bag strap. The city keeps moving. Taxis keep rolling. People keep walking. Like nothing happened. Because for her, Nothing did. She trained for this. Her body knew what to do before her mind caught up. That is muscle memory. Das Muskelgedächtnis. Das Muskelgedächtnis. The body remembers what the mind forgets under pressure. That is why we train. That is why we drill. That is why we learn these words. So when the moment comes, and it comes when you least expect it, your body already knows exactly what to do. New York City, 1974. She's working late. Everyone else went home hours ago. She thinks she's safe indoors. Most people do. That's the second lesson in the series. Danger doesn't only live on the street. Sometimes it's already inside with you. Look at him. She cannot see him. He has been watching her for several minutes, waiting for exactly this moment. Her absorbed, her guard down, her back to the room. This is called die Bedrohungseinschätzung. Die Bedrohungseinschätzung. Threat assessment. He did his. She didn't do hers. That gap between his awareness and her unawareness, that is where attacks live. Die Bedrohungseinschätzung. Know it. Practice it. Every room you walk into for the rest of your life. Here. This is the moment everything changes. His forearm is across her throat. She is off her feet. Papers everywhere. Her hands went up instinctively, grabbing at his arm, trying to pull it away. That is the wrong instinct. You cannot outmuscle a choke by pulling at it directly. What she has, what you need to remember, is called die Würgegriffbefreiung. Die Würgegriffbefreiung. The choke, escape. Say it slowly. Die Würgegriffbefreiung. 6 syllables standing between consciousness and darkness. The next 3 moves happen in under 2 seconds. Watch carefully. She didn't do hers. That gap between his awareness and her unawareness, that is where attacks live. Die Bedrohungseinschätzung. Know it. Practice it. Every room you walk into for the rest of your life. The chin. Everything starts with the chin. She drives it down, hard, into the crook of his elbow. This does 2 things at exactly the same time. It protects her airway. It buys her 1 second. 1 second is everything. In German, we call this die Abwehr. Die Abwehr. The defense, the block, the first wall. Not a counterattack, not yet. Just survival. Just 1 breath. Just 1 second. Die Abwehr. That chin tuck just kept her conscious. Now watch what she does with that second. Feel this. She goes completely heavy. Not falling, choosing to drop. Every pound of her body surrendering to gravity at exactly the right moment. His grip was built for a standing target. She just removed the standing target. This is called das aus dem Gleichgewicht bringen. Das aus dem Gleichgewicht Gewicht bringen. Off-balancing, disrupting his foundation, shifting his weight forward when he expected resistance. He cannot choke what he cannot hold upright. Das aus dem Gleichgewicht bringen. One decision, no strength required, pure physics. Remember that. You don't need to be stronger. You need to be smarter. Now it becomes a fight. He didn't go down easy. She spun out of the choke, and he came right back at her. This is called der Schlagabtausch. Der Schlagabtausch. The exchange, the back and forth, punch for punch, block for block. Watch her hands. She is not swinging wild. She is not panicking. Every punch she throws has a purpose. Every block she makes has a follow-through. And then, she reads his momentum. His weight is forward. He is coming to her. She doesn't fight that. She uses it. She grabs, she pivots, she drives him. Der Bodenwurf. Der Bodenwurf. The takedown, the slam. His back hits that cabinet with everything she has, plus everything he gave her. Der Bodenwurf. She didn't overpower him. She redirected him. There is a difference. Stop. Look at this street. Golden hour. Brooklyn brownstones. Everything warm and quiet. This is the moment before everything changes. She has no idea. Die Situationswahrnehmung. Situational awareness. We keep coming back to this word because it never stops mattering. Check the street. Know who is moving toward you. Know their speed. Know their intention. She missed it this time. You won't. He's not hiding. He's walking straight at her, hand already reaching for two things. Her neck, her hair, both for the same reason. Control. Own her head. Own her direction. Own everything. Die Bedrohungseinschätzung. Threat assessment. She has 1 second to read this and respond. Watch what she does with that second. Watch carefully. Because she does 3 things in sequence in under 2 seconds. All 3 perfect. Move 1. She goes low. Not backward, not sideways. Down. Her body drops below his reach, below his control, below his entire plan. And she drives into him low, into the body, into the solar plexus. Der Solarplexus. Der Solarplexus. The body's most vulnerable central target. A strike here does 2 things at exactly the same time. It winds him. It breaks his posture forward. His grip on her neck and hair loosens instantly because his body is now folding toward her. She didn't escape his grip. She made his grip irrelevant. Das Ausweichen. Das Ausweichen. The evasion. The dodge. Not running away. Moving into a better position. 1 move. His plan collapsed. Move 2. She comes back. Up. From the drop, from the body strike, she drives upward. and her fist finds his face. Der Koss. Der Koss. Straight punch, full extension, her entire body driving up from the drop into his descending face. She used his own forward fold against him. He bent toward her. She rose into him. The impact is both of them combined, her rising strike meeting his collapsing weight. Look at his head in this frame. That is physics. That is geometry. That is training. Der Koss. One word. His face. The fight. Turning. Move 3. The finish. She doesn't chase him. She doesn't grab him. She doesn't try to hold what she has already won. She creates distance with everything she has. Der Fronttritt. Der Fronttritt. The front kick. Drives from the hip, heel of the foot, full extension. His body, away from her. The space between them, back under her control. Die Distanzkontrolle. Distance control. This is the whole point of the finishing kick. Not to hurt him further. To own the space. To reset. To breathe. To choose what happens next on her terms, not his. Der Fronttritt. He started this sequence reaching for her. He ends it, flying away from her. That is the difference between a victim and someone who trained. Three moves: body strike, face punch, finishing kick. Under 2 seconds. From the moment his hand reached for her to the moment he was stumbling backward away from her. Under 2 seconds. Das Muskelgedächtnis. Muscle memory. Her mind didn't have time to think through 3 moves. Her body already knew them. That is what you are building every time you train, every time you drill, every time you say these words. A library of responses that lives in your body, not your mind. So when the moment comes, and it comes fast, your body is already answering before fear has time to ask the question. Stop. Look at this room. 3 of them, spread across the space, blocking the door. And her, standing at the chalkboard, equations behind her, chalk still in her hand. This is called die Kampfhaltung. Die Kampfhaltung. The fighting stance. Not her body yet. Her mind. Before the first move is ever made, the real fight happens in the assessment. She is reading all 3 of them at the same time. Who moves first? Who hangs back? Where the space is? Where the danger is? Die Kampfhaltung starts in the mind before it ever reaches the body. Move 1. His. The big one charges. He uses the desk as a weapon, pushing it toward her, trying to pin her against the chalkboard. Take away her space. Take away her options. This is called das Bein stellen. Das Bein stellen. The trip. The obstacle. He is using the environment against her. Watch what she does. She doesn't fight the desk. She doesn't try to stop it. She moves. Die Distanzkontrolle. Distance control. She runs back, not in panic, in calculation, creating space, reading the room, letting him commit to his charge. Because a charging attacker is an attacker whose next move she already knows. And here is where most people lose. While you are focused on the threat in front of you, the real danger comes from the side. Die Situationswahrnehmung, situational awareness. She never lost track of where Bully 2 was, even while she was reading the desk charge, even while she was creating distance. Part of her mind never stopped tracking the second attacker. That is the hardest skill in multiple attacker defense. Keeping the whole room in your head while your body deals with one piece of it. She has it. Watch her turn. Der Cross. Der Cross. We learned this word in episode 3. Straight punch, full rotation, complete extension. Look at her hair. That is not chaos. That is physics. Her entire body rotating into the strike. Every pound she has traveling through her fist into his face. She did not wind up. She did not telegraph. She did not hesitate. Das Muskelgedächtnis. Muscle memory. Her body knew exactly what to do the moment he came into range. One punch, one decision. He's done. Der Cross. Say it. Der Cross. That word just removed one threat from a 3-threat room. Look at this frame. This is the whole series in one image. The equations on the board behind her, undisturbed, perfectly still. And her, in front of them, fist raised, completely in control of this room. She is the math teacher. This is still her classroom. It was always her classroom. The last attacker hasn't figured that out yet. He is about to. Der Fronttritt. Der Fronttritt. The front kick. We learned this word in episode 3. Drives from the hip. Full extension. Everything behind it. She aims for the center. Der Solarplexus. The solar plexus. The body's central power switch. Strike here and the body simply stops. All the size, all the aggression, all the confidence he walked in here with, gone in one kick. From a math teacher, in a plaid skirt, in front of her own chalkboard. Der Fronttritt. He folds. The room goes quiet. Class is over. She stands at the front of the classroom, exactly where she started. The equations behind her, untouched, undisturbed, exactly as she wrote them. 3 boys scattered around the desks, papers still floating slowly to the floor. Afternoon light still warm through the windows. Chalk dust still drifting in the beams. She reaches up, tucks one strand of hair back, notices the chalk smear on her cream sweater, looks back up. Die Mehrfachgegnerverteidigung. Die Mehrfachgegnerverteidigung. Multiple attacker defense. 3 opponents, confined space, no weapons, no backup, no warning. The most difficult scenario in self-defense. She solved it the same way she solves everything in this room, with her mind first, her body second, and complete unshakable calm throughout. Stop. Look at her. 3 men around her table, blocking every exit, leaning over her. She didn't ask for this. She didn't invite this. She is simply sitting in a restaurant trying to read her book. This is called die Bedrohungseinschätzung. Die Bedrohungseinschätzung. Threat assessment. She has already done hers. She knows she is outnumbered. She knows the exits are blocked. She knows nobody in this room is moving to help her. Nobody except one person across the room who just set down his fork. Watch him walk. No rushing. No shouting. No performance. Just a man crossing a room with complete certainty about what he is going to do when he gets there. This is called die De-Eskalation. Die De-Eskalation. De-escalation. He is not going over there to start a fight. He is going over there to stop one. There is a difference. He will speak to them first. He will give them a chance to walk away. That is always the first move. Always. Die De-Eskalation. They won't listen, but he will have tried. And here, this is the moment. They laughed at him. Look at his body now. Feet planted wide, weight balanced perfectly, hands ready, eyes moving across all 3 of them simultaneously. Die Kampfhaltung. Die Kampfhaltung. The fighting stance. Not aggressive, not angry, not performing, just ready. He is not looking at one of them. He is seeing all 3 of them at the same time. Die Mehrfachgegnerverteidigung. Multiple attacker awareness. We learned this word in episode 4. 3 opponents, 1 fighter. The math looks wrong. Watch how he changes the math. Der Hüftwurf. Der Hüftwurf. The hip throw. The most efficient move in close quarters combat. No punching, no kicking, no strength contest. Pure geometry. He steps inside, plants his hip, loads the lever, and attacker 1 goes completely over him. All that size, all that weight, all that confidence, redirected, into the air, onto the floor. Der Hüftwurf. He didn't overpower him. He became the fulcrum. Physics did the rest. Der Ellbogenschlag. Der Ellbogenschlag. We have said this word in every episode of this series, and we will keep saying it, because the elbow is always there, always loaded, always within range. No room to punch, no room to kick, no room needed. Short distance, maximum force. 1 elbow. Attacker 2, folding. Der Ellbogenschlag. Your closest weapon is always your most reliable one. Remember that. Der Koss. Der Koss. Straight punch, full extension, complete rotation. We learned this word in episode 3. 1 word, 1 motion. Clean and certain. Look at his face as he throws it. No anger, no rage, no emotion at all. Just precision. That is the mark of someone who is trained. Not the fury, the calm. Der Koss. Attacker 3. Done. Look at this image. The black and white tile floor. 3 men on it. Him standing among them. And her, still at her table. Candles still burning. Book still in her hand. She looks up. He doesn't turn around. He doesn't need to. He already knows she is safe. That is the whole point of everything we have been building in this series. Not the hip throw, not the elbow, not the punch. The ability to stand in the middle of a situation and be the calmest person in it. Die Kampfhaltung, the fighting stance, starts in the mind. Das Muskelgedächtnis, muscle memory. The body already knows. Die Distanzkontrolle, distance control. He owned every inch of this restaurant. 3 words, 3 moves, 1 man, 1 woman safe, 1 candle still burning. That is what we train for. Stop. Look at his eyes. He is looking at the watch in the display case, but he is seeing something else entirely. 3 men, running, reflected in the mirror behind him. He sees them before they reach him. This is called die Spiegelwahrnehmung. Die Spiegelwahrnehmung. Mirror awareness. Reflected situational awareness. The ability to read what is happening behind you without turning around. This is an advanced skill, and it just gave him the most valuable thing in any confrontation. Time. 1 second of time, bought by awareness. Die Spiegelwahrnehmung. Use every reflective surface in every room you ever walk into. Glass, chrome, windows, mirrors. They're all giving you information constantly. Are you reading them? Look at his body. 3 men running at him, and he is still. Completely still. No panic, no flinch, no backward step. Die Kampfhaltung, the fighting stance, starts before the body moves. It starts in the decision to be calm. He had 1 second of warning from that mirror. He used it to become the calmest person in this store. 3 men running, 1 man standing still. The math already looks different than they planned. Move 1. The first attacker charges straight, full speed, full commitment, full confidence. Watch what the hero does. He does not stand his ground. He does not brace for impact. He moves. 1 step to the side, and as the attacker passes, he guides him. Just a small redirection, a hand on the shoulder, a subtle push in the direction he was already going. Das aus dem Gleichgewicht bringen. Off balancing. He didn't stop the momentum, he aimed it, straight into the glass display counter. Der Bodenwurf. The takedown. He didn't throw him. The attacker threw himself. The hero just chose the destination. Listen to that sound. That is the sound of someone's momentum being used against them. He is already turning. Before attacker 1 even hits the floor, he is already reading attacker 2. Die Situationswahrnehmung, situational awareness. He never fixed his attention on one threat. He processed the first and moved to the second in the same motion. That is not instinct. That is training. Das Muskelgedächtnis, muscle memory. His body handled the first attacker while his mind was already on the second. Two things, same moment. No hesitation. Der Fronttritt. Der Fronttritt. The front kick. We have said this word before in this series. We will keep saying it, because it is one of the most efficient weapons the body has. Drives from the hip, full extension. Creates distance before the attacker can close it. He kicks first. Then, watch what he does with the momentum of that kick. Der Hüftwurf. Der Hüftwurf. The hip throw. After the kick, he grabs, redirects, and sends him into the clothing rack. 2 moves, 1 attacker, completely finished. Look at those suits flying through the air. Look at that rack spinning across the marble floor. In episode 5, we learned the hip throw on the restaurant floor. Now we see it again, in a department store, with a clothing rack as the landing point. Der Hüftwurf works everywhere, any floor, any room, any environment. That is the beauty of technique over strength. Technique travels with you. And the last one, der Fronttritt. Again, straight to the chest. Der solar plexus, the solar plexus, the body's central power switch. We learned this word in episode 4. Strike here, and the body simply stops. All the size, all the speed, all the aggression, gone. In one kick. From a man in a dark turtleneck in a department store on 5th Avenue on a Tuesday afternoon. Der Fronttritt. He flies back. The fight? Over. Look at this floor. White marble. His reflection perfectly clear beneath his feet. 3 men down around him. Crystal chandeliers blazing above. The store completely still. Shoppers frozen against the walls. Sales clerks behind their counters. The escalators still running in the background as if nothing happened. He straightens his turtleneck. Looks around the store one time. Calmly. The same way he looked at that watch 2 minutes ago. Die Spiegelwahrnehmung. He saw them coming. Die Kampfhaltung. He stayed calm. Das aus dem Gleichgewicht bringen. He aimed their momentum. Der Fronttritt. He created distance, then finished. Der Hüftwurf. He redirected what was left. 5 words, 3 moves, 1 man, 1 gleaming floor. The most expensive room he has ever fought in. He owned every inch of it.